Should we move on to the wild chat?
Yeah, the haunted chat.
The haunted chat. Yes, so today I wanted to talk about what is the spookiest animal, and to give more structure, I want to talk about if we were going to make a wildlife-themed haunted house, what would that be like? I thought this was fun. I came up with it all by myself, and I was like, whoa, I want to talk about that, so. So here are some ideas I already have. Like, obviously you need to have a watery part. Maybe like you're not in the water, because that would be silly. I mean, people aren't going to go in a haunted house if they have to wade or swim.
To be honest,
although we could.
I was a little surprised you said you obviously need a watery part in the haunted house.
There's going to be one, like a moat or something, like before you even get there. Yeah. And it would be full
cool idea.
of like...
I'm just surprised that you said it.
Like some things you could put in would be like electric eels, sharks, alligators. Those are all scary. Snapping turtles are pretty scary.
It sounds actually dangerous though.
Well, no, I'm just saying like... like, yeah, I mean, that's dangerous, but... It's a haunted house, so you could put animatronic versions of those animals. So, you know, it's not like we're actually making a house full of different wildlife. It's a wildlife-themed haunted house. Just like when you go to other haunted houses, it's not actually full of axe murderers.
Okay. You could do some, like, live animals that would be scary, but not actually dangerous.
Yeah, you could.
That's what I was thinking.
Like what?
Yeah, well, spiders, I guess. Most people are afraid of them.
Oh, yeah, like a room full of spiders and they, like, drop on your head. Oh.
Or it's like a small room and, like, fence open up. And you know those huntsman spiders?
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess there's a lot of different species, but whatever the biggest one is, something maxima, just have hundreds of them swarm into the room, sprinting around and jumping.
Oh, my goodness. You'd have to protect them, though. Like...
Yeah, maybe not.
What else? There could be, like tigers are scary. I know you're afraid of tigers.
That's very reasonable.
I was thinking sounds. Like, soundscapes are a big part of a haunted house for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, coyotes, you know? That's why I wanted to put that in the intro. Just the sound of a bunch of coyotes howling is a little bit eerie.
Is there anywhere it was like, for you personally, where if you were to be locked in a room... Well, actually, I think I know the answer, but I'll ask anyway. Locked into a room with an animal or multiples of that animal, that would be the scariest one you could imagine. What would you choose?
I wouldn't like it if it was like a mukade, a Japanese millipede.
Okay. I was going to say roaches for you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. You definitely need a roach room. Oh, no. Oh, that's awful.
I've been looking into breeding roaches recently.
Why?
They're supposed to be great food for spiders.
Yeah, well, you don't know. I mean, if you had like a pet lizard, then I would excuse you having a bunch of roaches. But don't just get them to feed the spiders that live in your house.
No, I mean, hypothetically, I've ever gotten another tarantula.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be so mad. Anyway, other scary animals, like owl hooting is a very eerie sound.
Yeah, owls are just freaky looking.
Little bat screeches, and like, again, maybe it's not a real bat, but just rig something so that there's like the feeling of the bats all around you and like hitting into your head and all that.
This could be a VR thing, so we could have it look super real, and then we wouldn't have to worry about animals or humans getting hurt. Yeah.
What else is scary? I mean, we can't do dinosaurs, even though dinosaurs are scary, because we were talking about wildlife, like real animals that are alive now. Not fake animals that were alive then. Not animals that were alive in the past.
Yeah.
I could see like an angry elephant charging at you. That is scary.
That is scary, yeah.
Like you go up to the top floor, and then you like pass a corner, and then you trip something, like a wire, and then the elephant, you hear it first, and then you see it like charging at you.
We have like a vibrating floor.
Oh, scary. Horses are also scary too. Like their eyes would glow, and then
it sounds a bit like Jumanji a bit.
It's Jumanji, but yeah, except instead of it being you're trapped in a game. I mean, I guess it's like Jumanji is basically because they're all in the house and stuff with you. I could see that. Obviously, you need snakes. We need a snake room. Huge boas ready to constrict. Cobras. Maybe you could have some like people, either actors or props, that have been bitten and they're like horribly bruised and disgusting on the side of the room.
I mean, if you want
And
to
it's like, oh, it's like this thing that's flashing, and it's like escaped test snakes, like that are being studied.
test
You know?
snakes.
No, like it's a lab that was studying venomous snakes, and
Yeah,
then you
I
see the
know
glass
what
is
you're
broken,
saying.
and it's like, dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Like our Snake Park horror movie.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Based on true events, kind of. So,
Yes, based on true events. Anything else to add to this?
I don't know, chimps? If you're getting chased through the house by
Oh my
chimps.
god, yeah. I mean, okay, if you haven't seen Nope, I know you have. Nope is like it was really visceral horror for me. I'm not like that into horror movies because, well, I don't watch that many. And
Yeah,
a lot of
same.
times I'm just like, whatever. Like, obviously this isn't real. But this movie, it was, even though many people didn't like it or didn't think it was scary or whatever, I thought it was so scary because there's this part with a chimpanzee. And it was like,
Based on real events as well.
yeah, based on real events. And it was just so full of dread. And it really got me. So you should see that if you are a fan of 1, horror, 2, chimpanzees, 3,
Sci-fi.
sci-fi, yeah. But no, a chimpanzee room, that would definitely,
Or they're
that'd be
chasing you
so
through
scary.
the thing. And that's what you
You
have.
hear it yelling and screeching, and you see, like, first as you enter the room, you see something and you're like, oh, that's weird, like maybe some blood, or you're like, what? And you don't know, and then you see that something was done to upset the chimpanzee, and it thinks you did it, and it's chasing you. Oh.
It has a picture of you and it's holding it up. I was thinking as well, it could be like there's different rooms in the house and the chimps are chasing you. So you go into, let's say, a room or your virtual room and you lock the doors and you hear the chimps smashing away at the door. And it's like 5 minutes before they break through. Like as if they're
Yeah.
smashing, like holes are coming through. Each room has a task, like get the key out of this pit of cobras.
Oh, like
Get
an
to the
escape
next
room, not just a haunted house.
Kind of, yeah. But then each room, it's not really solving puzzles. It's more you have to like deal with another animal
Yeah.
to progress.
Like
and the chimps
Jumanji, escape room, haunted house, all mixed together.
yeah.
This is good. I would
is
go to
good.
this.
It'll probably never be anything.
Because, like, I don't like going to haunted houses because I don't like how the actors, they just creep me out, which is the point. But, like, I remember one time I went and then my friend's little brother tripped and he fell on the ground. And then all these people dressed up as evil clowns were, like, going over him and, like, staring at him. It was like he's just a little kid who tripped, you know? And it's not realistic because they wouldn't wait and stare at him. He would be dead. And then at the end, I was running away from a guy with a chainsaw, which I hate because it's a real chainsaw. So it's not even like, oh, I trust him because he's an actor. What if there was a malfunction and then I do get killed by the chainsaw? Like,
Surely
that could happen.
it's not a real chainsaw though. Surely it can't actually cut.
Well, I didn't stick around to find out. I just don't like that. It's like, I mean, I guess it's scary. It's definitely
It's
scary,
very,
but
like,
this idea of
horrific,
ours is
violent,
so, yeah,
Spooky.
it's like
Ours
all
is more
the,
psychological, I think.
yeah, the fear of a normal haunted house is like, I don't want my head chopped off. But then ours is like, these are animals that are real that you can encounter. Not that murders aren't real, but it's just like,
But it's also like
it's
this,
really,
yeah.
it's interesting. It's like a survival in the wild, tapping into your primal instincts
Fears,
or
yeah.
something. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
Not really. I mean, any animal that can hurt you, I guess you could put in there at some point.
I was trying to think about how you would incorporate mosquitoes. Like, first of all, it would be a room where there's a bunch of people who are really ill, either actors or props again, and they're like dying and lying in their deathbed, and it's really gross. That could be part of it. But then, are we going to have a swarm of like mechanical mosquitoes or the sound of them, and then you're trying to swat them away? Because I don't think that's scary. That's just annoying.
Yeah, I feel like mosquitoes aren't, despite them being the deadliest animal after humans, they're not really scary, are they? They're more just like
No.
a very annoying animal.
It's just like, ugh, get away from me. But
Get away with your malaria, you freak.
yeah.
I wish you had like a giant mosquito. Maybe that would be scary.
I mean, it's scary because it's big, but it's not. What's it gonna do? Like stab me entirely through my body to get my blood? Because
Imagine how much blood it would drain.
oh, gross. Yeah, you could have someone totally drained of blood in the corner. That could be a cryptid. Giant mosquito, aka vampire.
Oh, well, came full circle. Speaking of cryptids,
Oh, are we done talking about our haunted house now?
or unless you want to keep going, I just saw this.
Well, we never answered the question. We talked about the haunted house, but what do you think is the spookiest animal?
Me personally?
Yeah. Owl?
What do you mean by spookiest?
Spooky. Ooh.
As in, like, this would be a great...
Like, not dangerous necessarily, but unsettling. It unsettles you.
So it personally scares me the most.
Yeah.
Do you have an answer? Is it...
I mean,
giant
cockroaches
centipedes,
maybe.
roaches?
Or jellyfish are also pretty scary, to be honest. But no, I wouldn't say I'm scared of jellyfish. I'm definitely afraid of cockroaches, though. But I don't think cockroaches are spooky. Spooky has a little bit of lightheartedness. Cockroaches are gross and scary.
So I'm not really
Spooky
sure what you
animals are
mean.
like, it just tap into this spooky feeling. A little bit scary, but also spooky. like
it
in a
wouldn't-
fun
It
way.
wouldn't look out of place if it was a Halloween decoration.
Yeah.
I guess a
Yes.
bat.
Okay.
Because when a bat's in the room flying around, it's kind of spooky.
Yeah. I'm thinking of bigger. Like for me, it would have to be bigger to be really spooky. Like,
An angry wolf.
yeah. Or you know what? Moose are pretty spooky. Like
I can see
moose are
that.
so big.
Like you're in a forest
And
at
then-
night.
Yeah, and then their eyes probably glow. And then they have these huge like weapons on their head and they're really fast and strong and but I don't want to be quoted as saying the spookiest animal is a moose. Like that just seems silly.
Man, who's even
So
going to
I-
quote you? We're going to get like 2 comments under this
No, I'm
video.
just saying like I don't really know if I would call them the spookiest. That they are spooky.
I feel like it's a very limited range.
Well, I knew someone who was really afraid of horses. Not in a fear like, oh, I don't want to get near a horse because it's definitely going to kill me. Like that, like you might if you were afraid of tigers or something. But more like, yeah, they're dangerous. And also they're just spooky. Like in the dark, their eyes glow and they look at you like this. Like, like they're
It
watching
works
you.
well for a podcast.
So I get that horses are spooky, but I'm not personally finding horses spooky.
I guess I think owls are pretty spooky.
Owls are spooky. That is true.
They look just so angry all the time.
I think anything with big old round eyes, that's going to be spooky. Like those monkeys, those ones with the huge eyes and they're like just, oh God, like the way they look at you, those are scary. Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, the tarsier. Yeah. I find tarsiers actually quite spooky.
I know, I feel bad for
Like-
tarsiers. Aren't they hunted because people think they're like really scary and stuff? And they have
Yeah, they're
superstition?
spooky. I mean,
Well, they don't
I
deserve
don't
to
want anyone to
die.
kill them. I don't want anyone to kill them, but I see it. Like their eyes are big. Big old eyes. All right, well, that's good. That's enough of that. We're done talking about spooky animals.
Mm-hmm.